Welcome to the show. Nick's here.
I am here.
Rudy's here.
I am back from St. Louis in all my glory.
Everybody else is deep in parts unknown. This past week, we lost 3-1. Your scoring summary is as follows. 10th minute, Chris Pontius, assisted by Keegan Rosenberry, and the mustachioed Warren Krabov. 55th minute, Chris Pontius, unassisted somehow. 64th minute, CJ Sapong, assisted by Fabinho and Alejandro Bedoya. 67th minute, Lucho, assisted by Nick and Matt Polster. Your disciplinary summary, 16th minute, Matt Polster, yellow. 42nd minute, Johan Kappelhoff. The reason listed, checker.
Wait, what is that?
The reason listed on the MLS website is extra flag to checker.
The fuck does that mean?
Did he have one in his crotch and pull it out, or what?
I don't know.
Hating at X checker? What?
It's the best reason I've ever seen for a card, though.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either, and I literally look at this every week for the past 5 years. 85th minute, Keegan Rosenberry for persistent infringement. He should have gotten that yellow card like 20 minutes earlier. He was a dirty, filthy little boy. 86th minute, Warren Krabov, a yellow card for his mustache. All right, let's get through this game quickly here. Gomez, please. We will cede the floor to you.
Well, I rewatched the game and knowing the result, because I obviously, wedding duty. Yes, wedding duty was calling, and it was
weddings, man. They ruined soccer.
But it was, trust me, this wedding was fun. I had a blast, and then I had to watch the game today, and that was not a blast. That was pretty fucking brutal. Bad. Michael DeLue. I was not impressed too much. That was just me. I thought he was pretty absent most of the game. I thought the back line looked I think it's going to take a game or two more for what's his name, Zhao, to get back into the groove. But he did well, all intents and purposes. I don't know. I think we need to have Bassi back in the lineup just to get forward or do something. Yeah. Go ahead, Greg. I see the scrunching of the face. Go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything to say. That was for Nick. You look at us. You don't have your camera on, you motherfucker.
I'm a creeper. I'm a voyeur. What do you want me to do?
He's a voyeur. He's Arsene Wenger.
Yes, I am.
A couple guys in Van Nuys that could use.
Do you have anything else, Gomez, right now in the lead up here before I throw it to Nick?
Basically, we need to get our shit together. Come on, what the fuck, man? It's like we had again another week of almost all the results going. We just find a way to fuck this up. Just I know, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, I think we could be doing so much better, but whatever.
We could. We're not at full strength, and that's issue down the stretch in this very thin league. Nick, to you.
Yes. I thought that we responded decently well after we conceded the first goal, but we looked too scattered. We looked too panicked. We looked that we wanted to get the goal back, but we're rushing too much to get the work done. So I felt like that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. And when we went 2 or 3 goals down, I appreciated the effort and the heart shown, but I mean, it was and just made the problems worse. I was happy to see Zhao come back. He was key in a couple spots. And not a lot of performances stood out. And I feel like that's a bit of a problem. I would have like to see more from Dax, or at least hey Dax, like hey guys, like calm down, think a bit, slow it down, just kind of get our bearings back. And I thought that Matt Hampson again had another bad game. What we talked about at the end of the DC preview, spilling balls that could lead to goals, exactly happened for the second goal. He was caught out a couple times. I mean, I feel like the panic to come back and to get something from this game affected him too when it didn't need to. So a very jittery game. Just gotta calm down and think a bit and relax, because it does seem like this team knows that they're kind of not fucked, but it's not a good situation right now.
Can I add to that Lamson point? He was lucky he didn't even give up a third, or what would be the third goal at that time, or the fourth goal, whatever, where it was cleared off the line on a shot, because he came out way too far, way too early, way too everything, and got caught out. If it wasn't, I can't remember which defender it was that cleared it off the line, but if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for him, that would have been another one back there. And there were a couple more that he got caught out trying to clear the ball he wasn't even close to it, not even fucking close. It was one of his one of his worst games, I think.
Yeah, he got very adventurous late, and I'm going to touch on him a little bit later. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Dax's performance. Well said, Nick, by the way. I really agree with a lot of where you're coming from. Dax pissed me off early in that game because he was hot. Like, he's the guy, he is the veteran leader. He's the guy that's won shit in the lineup right now. So when he doesn't do stuff right, you notice, because he's playing next to Drew Connor. Drew was fine. He wasn't great. Like, and I know Nick rewatched and did his Drew Connor watch because he's a Drew Connor fanboy. But I didn't think Drew was bad. I didn't think Drew was good, but he didn't really screw up. Dax was killing me in that first half, and that first goal off a Kappelhoff turnover that eventually turns into a significant amount of ball watching at the back from Dax. And was it Drew, Nick? I forget who the other guy was ball watching with Dax. There was one more guy.
Might have been Delu.
Yes, you are correct. And the turnover could have been avoidable, but at the same time, and this was consistent for most of the game, Kappelhoff had no fucking outlets. Like, him and Polster were like, guys, are you going to fucking move? And neither one of them did. Nobody did. None of the other 8 guys, field players, were mostly static. They weren't really moving around. And like Matt and Cap just passed each other the ball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like eventually, like, they got pissed off. And so this turnover early in the game was indicative of what was going to come later. Terrific game. He had a wonderful defensive stop that saved a goal. He was fantastic. To me, he was our best player on the field, even though he had that turnover. But that guy is game in, game out. He's always one of our 2 to 3 best guys on the field. He's my club MVP right now. And I know that this is a little early to talk about that. We have a long way to go, but like, this guy is that good, and he doesn't really get the credit he deserves, the amount of tinned hams he deserves, if you will. Yes,
just to clarify, because you cut out, you are referring to Kappelhoff.
I'm referring to Kappelhoff. You are correct.
Thank you.
Sorry. We have connection issues here. So yeah, Cap's my guy. I thought he had a great game. Other than that, Polster was the next active guy. Brandon was the next active guy after that. I was really unhappy with the rest of the midfield. Deloyo needs to move to the bench. Interestingly enough, it was a 4-4-2 listed on the MLS website to start, and we looked like we started in the 4-4-2. We abandoned it pretty fucking quickly. Yes. And then we went back to our normal thing, and then Deloya disappeared. You gotta find a spot for that guy. And I realized like some of it's injury, and he's like one of the, he's an available selection, etc. But something has to change there. You've got to find a second option in your formation, and you have to get value out of him. He can score goals in this league. He did it last year. You've got to find a way to do this. Okay, let's get to Lamp. He was bad, no question about it. I want to just point to the fact that the guy has now played less games this season. He played 11 last year. The year before that, he played none. The year before that, he played none. And the year before that, he played, I believe, 10, if I remember correctly. This is the most games this dude has ever played in a single season. He looks tired, and he needs a break. And whether the Sanchez kid is ready or not, he's going to get a run out here at some point. I kind of feel like this was the game that was like, yeah, Lamp can't start on Wednesday. And I know I can see it in Nick's face. He's so disappointed in me right now. But like, something's got to give here, man. Like, you can't just keep rolling this dude out week in, week out through this congestion. He's not playing well. And I know it's a young kid. He's only got Asensio experience. I get it. I totally understand. I mean, he has played MLS games before at least. So like, I look at this and be like, if you signed him, he's been with the club a month now. He's been in the 18 for the last four games. I don't know. I mean, if it's me, I'm rolling the dice with him on Wednesday or maybe at home on Saturday. No, I can't roll the dice at home against City. I got to roll it against San Jose. That's what I would do. But I'm a lunatic. So, thoughts on, I mean, how do you feel about that? I know, Nick, you're shaking your head, but like, what do you think?
I'm just shaking my head because I know that Pauno won't do it.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like in the past when we have had changes of goalkeeper head season, that has helped both goalkeepers that were being changed out. I thought that when it was Sean Johnson and Lamson, or when it was John Bush and Sean Johnson, it did help both goalkeepers. One, stay fresh, and two, be like, dude, like, you're not the only sheriff here. So I'd be fine with your experiment, especially because, as we'll get to later, like, I'm not expecting anything at all on Wednesday, so may as well rest some dudes. But I mean, the rotation of certain players is just coming like way too late at this point.
Yeah, I would like to see Pauno prep for the playoffs and give some teams some different looks to look at in their tape preparation, and to give some of his own guys minutes that need it. And we're in the playoffs. We literally, like, the team, every team would have to pass us by, would mean every team has to get 48 points or more. That is not fucking happening. We're in, it's fine. Now we're just jockeying for position. And to be honest with you, I'm okay with, like, if we can play Columbus in the first round, I'm good with that shit. Personally, that's the team out of the three teams, the three choices. That's the team I want in a one game situation. I want Columbus. Okay, but we'll move on. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Any further thoughts on this game preview? We got a Red Stars game to talk about. We got all sorts of shit to touch on. We got league results, everything, all the insanity.
Yep. Start Sanchez Wednesday. That's my thought. But I agree with Nick. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, we're all down. Do it. I'm glad we're unified on this front. I was worried that there was going to be fight about the Sanchez kit, but we're good. We're good. I'm glad we're unified. All right. Let's quickly touch on the league. Whereas Rudy indicated earlier, almost all the results. City drew
in Connecticut.
They had to play in Connecticut, which is fantastic. Columbus won. They beat the Red Bull 3-2 at the death. anytime the Red Bull loses right now, it makes me happy because they terrify me in the playoffs. Absolutely terrify me.
Really?
They do. They have playoff experience. They got guys that are good. Like Bradley Wright Phillips and Sasha Kljestan is a great pair. I look at Columbus. I'm like, they don't have a pair like that. Like they worry me. They
Columbus worries me with the lesser Higuain. He may be old and decrepit, but he still has it. He can still produce 2 or 3 moments that will make you pay.
They're not. Him and Kamara are not Phillips and Kljestan. So if I have to pick a pair, that's the pair I want. Give me the old decaying Argentinian, please. Please. Thank you. Kljestan can still ball and Bradley Wright Phillips can still play. Like those guys are still in their primes. Higuain is not. Other key results, DC went ham on San Jose 4-0. They just pummeled them into submission. I didn't know DC was capable of scoring 4 goals in a single game at this point in the year.
Patrick Mullins scored 4 goals in a single game.
Holy Jesus.
Really?
Patrick Mullins scored, I think, the fastest 4-goal span kind of game.
Congrats.
First time scoring 4 goals in 1 half in MLS history.
Holy Jesus. That's impressive. Congrats to him. The Revolution beat TFC, who was just basically won the Shield. They still have a 10-point lead. They're just rotating dudes right now, getting ready to be fresh for the playoffs. They give no fucks. The road, they're like, we'll hemorrhage points all day. Atlanta beat Montreal. But in what I would consider a key development, one, Almiron has injured himself and is gone for 3 to 4 weeks at a very key time in the season. This is going to be very difficult for them, to say the least. He is an important piece. You can't just lose one of your best players and just shake it off. I don't care who you are. Nobody in the league does that. We don't do it. City doesn't do it. Toronto doesn't do it. They just don't shake it off for long periods of time. If Giovinco would miss like 4 weeks, they would struggle for them.
I haven't really struggled this year.
No, they haven't. But Gio's played most of the time.
He's missed the last 3 games, I think.
Well, right now.
He's missed some time in the middle of the season and also. But I feel like Toronto depth-wise is a cut above, so I still somewhat agree with you, Greg.
Yeah, I just mean like if they miss Giovinco for 5 consecutive weeks, and they were in a playoff and they were in a push, like they would struggle with that. Nobody's as good as they are from front to back this year. I mean, they are walking away with this Shield. They won the Canadian Championship. They have a chance to win 3 titles. Like, they are the odds-on favorite to win MLS Cup. Like, and nobody's close. And potentially one of the best teams to play in the league history. Just gonna walk away with this fucking thing this year. So just prep yourself. I know everybody's skeeting over Atlanta, but Toronto is quietly putting together one of the greatest seasons in league history. All right, so those are the results that really impact the Fire. Your Western Conference, RSL beats Seattle 2-0. RSL is going to make the fucking playoffs, everybody.
That's
very
insanity.
exciting. The sweater vest has created a miracle. He's incredible.
That is absolute insanity.
Mike Petke, Coach of the Year.
God, you better be visiting the Mormon Tabernacle every week.
I think they should invite him.
He is a miracle worker. You're right.
The Whitecaps win over the Rapids 2-1, a big win for Vancouver there as they look to win the Western Conference.
Vancouver in first place.
Yep. Sporting KC beat the Galaxy 2-1 as the Galaxy had a terrible week as their season is going down in the legendary fashion. Also, congrats to Sporting Kansas City for winning the Open Cup and game we'll touch on very, very briefly in a second. Anything else important here? I don't think any. Portland won 3-0 against Orlando. Orlando's terrible.
And Dallas is in the free fall of all free falls.
Yes. Minnesota over Dallas 4-1. 4-1.
And right now, Dallas is out of the playoffs.
Holy shit. Yes, Nick.
I mean, it's not just that like Dallas are on a bad run. It is a long, consistent bad run, and they're not just kind of losing games. They're getting punked, walloped. Like any team that comes at them, you know. I mean, they've conceded 42 goals, which doesn't seem like much, but like in the past few weeks, like that's where most of the goals that they've conceded have come from. I would be surprised if they don't make the playoffs still, but it's very possible.
Yeah. I know the sweater vest has work to do down there because they got to win all their games because other teams still have games in hand on them. Yes, Rudy.
And don't you think right now their front office is pretty pissed off they didn't sell off Maxi Ruti and Barrios for like almost 3-4 million? Because that would have been some nice change that they could have had instead of just kind of, not having much else to do with that.
Well, come on, man. They felt they had a chance to win some titles this year. I don't blame them, but whatever. You got to go with what you got to go with, man.
And also, they were going through the same bad streak back when that happened, so they kind of figure like we need to hold on to these guys so we don't drop out of the playoff spots. And here they are, still dropping out.
Yeah. All right, there's your week around MLS. We currently sit in fourth place. Atlanta's in third. If the playoffs were to start today, we would get Columbus at home, and Atlanta would get the Red Bull. As I indicated earlier, I'm A-okay with this scenario. Rudy, your thoughts on this current playoff positioning?
Not happy with it, but as long as we get to host that first game, I guess it's the best of all worlds at that point. I'd rather have the third place game, but can't have everything, can you, apparently?
I mean, yeah, but hosting is good. Nick?
Yeah, I kind of struggle with if I would rather have the Red Bull or Columbus. I do see your point about Clutchin and the Wright Phillips. I just Columbus I don't know. They're very sneaky about how they're getting these results, and I kind of can't explain how they're doing it. So maybe I'm just overlooking them a little bit too much. But while we're all like kind of getting upset about our free fall from first to fourth, I also kind of want to remind that not all of us were sure that we were going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
So I'm still shut up. So I'm still trying to look at this season from the expectation side, and I hold that, as long as we can host this first round game, I think that I'm happy and comfortable with where we stand.
Yeah, that's a win in my book. That's better than I thought we were going to be. I think Rudy and I were the most positive, and we both said fifth.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I will agree with Nick. It's hard to explain where Columbus gets these results from, and that's the scary part. It's they're very subtle about it, but they do it. New York, they
are well coached.
For the most part.
Columbus is well coached. Yeah.
But New York, where they're going to come at you from. That's the difference between both of them. You know their strengths and you know their weaknesses as well. You just got to capitalize and actually do something about it. Yeah, they're more black and white than Columbus is. Columbus is just, it'll get you from everywhere. So I'd rather have the Red Bull than Columbus.
Both teams like to press, and that doesn't suit us very well. So either way, it's going to be a tough game. And also, Ola Kamara at this point, is he the greater or the lesser Kamara?
No one's greater than Kai.
He's a better Kamara since Kamara came back.
No one is better than Kai. Kai makes great YouTube videos. Kai does great things. No one is better than Kai. I will not hear this blasphemy.
Okay, that is the answer.
All right, now is the time on the show where we talk Red Stars. They won on the road in Houston, 3-2. Chenoy gets the first goal. Christian Press from the spot for goal number 2. I totally forgot who scored goal number 3.
Casey Short.
Oh yeah, Casey Short scored goal number 2. Press from the spot for 3. Correct.
Correct.
Let's see. The Red Stars looked great for the first half, and then they conceded some goals. They gave a very soft penalty. Nick, what'd you think about that fucking garbage penalty?
I thought both penalties were garbage.
They were. Clearly.
Yeah. It was judged that Joey Ertz had brought down Christy Lewis inside the box. They just tangled it. That was not a foul. And then there was a penalty for us when the ball hit the player's hand and there was nothing she could do, and they gave us a penalty for it. So I guess both penalties cancel out. I guess that's a thing. So okay,
it is a thing.
And then a straight red from Yuki Nagasato.
I missed that. They were winning, and I was like, okay, we won, and I turned the game off. Mistake, because then I saw the thing, there was a red card, and I was like, damn it. What happened on that play?
Yeah, it was a straight red. Nagasato just went in for a tackle. Both players did for a 50-50 ball, and she missed, and her cleats got the upper shin. And I mean, that's gonna happen. So fair enough.
It sounds like a red. The Red Stars currently sit in third place. I believe one game remaining. Yes,
they do have one game left. Yes,
one game left. I believe if they,
they're in.
They're already in.
They have clinched. Yep.
Okay. I forget what is the format this year?
Top 4 advance to the playoffs.
Thank you. I thought it was the 2, and the winner of the 2-3 plays the 1. Wasn't that like last year? Didn't they do that where like the first seed was automatically in, or was that a couple years ago? Or am I just completely had a fever dream about women's soccer?
Honestly, I think it was top 4 last year, but I could be wrong about that as well. I don't recall.
Okay, good. They're in. So it's the Courage, the Thorns, the Red Stars, and the Orlando Pride are your playoff teams. The Courage have basically walked away. They have 2 games remaining, but should win the regular season title, and then they will play for the championship in the playoffs. It's gonna be interesting.
Interesting thing about the last match day. The last match day 1 through 4 should be the playoff field. So Red Stars play at the Thorns on the last match day, and right now it looks like that's what's going to be the playoffs. And the Courage hosts the Pride. So interesting preview.
Real. The Red Stars and the Pride could flip spots, but that's it. And the Thorns and the Courage, I guess, theoretically could switch spots, but the Courage have a game in hand at the top of the table. So, Rudy, you didn't get to watch this? You were at a wedding.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to watch much. I watched just for like a hot second part of the Fire game for really 3 minutes. Screamed in the room. Since the wedding was at the hotel itself, I went back downstairs and had a great time.
You made the right call. All right, let's move on. We play San Jose Wednesday night. Your kickoff time for this, assuredly too late for me. 9:30? Is this a 9:30? This feels like a 9:30.
Central.
Mother of God. Don't these people know I have to be in bed by like 10:30?
just
Not
in time
Nick.
for me.
Fedora. All right, as we mentioned earlier, San Jose got absolutely worked this past weekend in DC 4-0 by the aforementioned trick person. Rudy, your thoughts on this match?
I think the ghost of Dom Kinnear still lives. It's just a matter.
Dom isn't dead. Dom is not dead.
His coaching career might be dead. Thus,
No,
the
he'll be
ghost
back,
of
baby.
Dominic.
No. Dom will be back for sure.
Yeah.
Kinnear forever. Thug life never dies.
Well, that's why the ghost lives on as long as he's unemployed. And I think that's that's part of the reason why they haven't quite fallen off yet. They still have that aggressiveness in little bits of games I've watched, but there's still something lacking in this team, and I don't know what it is. And that's what makes it hard to know how the team should attack San Jose. So to me, it's like one of those. It's another trap game for the Fire. I don't know. I really, 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 really hope Delu is on the bench. We get Basti back, and we have Sanchez starting for this game, just at least even to test him out, see what he's about. And at this point, I'll be happy with the tie.
Rudy, I do have an honest question for you.
What's up?
Team right now that isn't a trap game for us.
Next one, because I think we're going to lose against New York.
No. Is there a team right now that we could play where you would just feel comfortable like we would win?
Hell no.
I just wanted some clarity.
No. Houston would probably be the closest thing because they've fallen off compared to where they started.
Well, Houston playing us in Chicago. You can't go there. They're still
we're
good
playing
home
there.
at home.
Yeah, I know. But that's the only team that I could even feel confident at this point in the schedule where I can say
the Rapids, not even the Galaxy.
Well, no, because
the Galaxy are a dumpster fire right now.
No.
I'm flames. Nobody can put it up. There's not enough water in the world.
You're talking about current state teams. I'm thinking right now, as in what's left in the schedule, not going back in time and playing the teams.
I just meant everybody left. Is there a team in the league that you wouldn't consider a trap game? Because I feel like every week we have this kind of conversation.
I know.
You're like, God, I'm so nervous about this game.
LA would be one of them. Yes, in the current state that they are. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I'm just checking on your state of mind.
My state is awful as well. So
Rudy's nervous. Rudy's always nervous. Nick, are you less nervous?
In a way. I'm less nervous because I just know that we're not going to win. So, I mean, there's that.
Okay, you have to explain why you think we're not going to win this game.
Greg, I would love to explain. I don't really watch much of San Jose because why would you? And just kind of looking at their form, they're 8-1-5 at home. Wow. Did not know that. Including, they went 4-0-1 at home under the new coach, Chris Leach. So they get the big business done at home. As you, Greg, Rudy, audience, may or may not know, our Chicago Fire, less than good away.
What? But you're kidding me.
I know this is hard to believe,
I'm shocked right now.
But look into my eyes and know that I'm telling you the truth at the moment. Less than good. So, I mean, we could break it down and talk about Hamir Ruka, which I guess he's a guy who's good. I don't know. I don't say. I don't care about them. We're gonna play them once this year. Not gonna play them in MLS Cup. I would like to go to the game. I'm probably likely not going to spend too much money on the death medal. So that's all of the thoughts I have about this game. Is that San Jose is good at home, we are bad on the road, and I'm gonna win next.
Okay, I feel that is a very good way to phrase this game. We are bad on the road. San Jose is good at home. Thus, put
If
the
people
two
need
together.
rest, yeah. If guys need rest, now is the time.
Now's the
do
game. Okay, fair. I mean, that's a fair thing to say. I don't know. I had the Philadelphia feed for the TV game on Saturday, and they were basically like, Veljko Paunovic is coaching every game like it's a final right now, and I literally just wanted to put my head through something because I was like, no, Pauno, that's the wrong way to handle this situation. So I got news for you. Nobody's resting on Wednesday. No, we're going right into Frank Klopas, no rotation. Play your 14 dudes that play the dudes in your circle of trust and run them right into the motherfucking ground.
Yep.
So, with that being said, if Basti has any sort of health and can play 90 minutes, he'll be on that goddamn plane if they haven't left already, and he'll be out there. It is pretty apparent that we should be trying something new out in this game on the road because we're terrible on the road. Philly just sat after they got the goal. He just sat back in passing lanes and we're like, fuck you. What are you going to do? We're going to stop your wingers, stop your fullbacks from running down the wing. What are you going to do now? You're just going to kick the ball over the top and you suck at that because you're all midgets. And that's what every team's going to do to beat us. Like that is the book on how to beat this team. Sit in the passing lanes, make them kick the ball over the top because they're tiny and they don't really have anything. What are they going to do? Bring that giant, slow fucking Armenian off the bench? Not fucking happening, right? So
because it might happen.
You think it's going to happen? I mean, could we see the Arshakian Unfrozen and Unchained starting this Wednesday?
Oh, dear God.
Come on. If we're going down. I want 90 minutes of pure, unfiltered Armenian.
Goodness.
Please. Yep. I hope he gets the crack his 10. Man of the match.
Ham man.
He gets all the glue, all the goo.
He gets the gooey ham. You know, I haven't watched a lot of San Jose either, Nick, and I'm kind of with you that this is probably not going to be good, but I'm leaning towards Veljko playing this game like a fucking final and trying to take this shit into extra time that doesn't actually exist. And I think we may get like a 1-1 game out of this, as long as Lamp doesn't have to face any shots.
So he has to be on the bench.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, dude. Wando's in this game. This game's got Wando brace victory celebration in the 90th minute written all the fuck over it, all over it.
I hate it when you're right, Greg.
Quincy Amirquai is going to come in. He's going to smile and it shirt off, and his abs are going to be there. It's going to be great.
If only the Bash brothers were there to make us even cry more.
No, dude, we don't need that filth.
Well, I'm saying if they were there, it'd be 4-0, and every one of the people that you just mentioned would have scored.
I'm going to tell you, I'm thinking I'm hoping for a 1-1, but this is not going to go
Painful.
our way. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Predictions, Gomez.
2-0 San Jose. Wando with the brace.
Wando with the brace. Nicholas.
3-0 San Jose.
Wando with a brace.
Yeah, and let's give the last one to Kuka because his name is fun to say.
2-1 San Jose. Wando with a brace.
Who's the fire scorer, by the way?
Arshakian.
He gets all the goo.
Crackest man of the match. Arshakian. All right, let's move on. Saturday, we have City at Toyota Park. Thoughts on this game? This game that's shaping up to be this could be still be a big game. Is City's not been great. We've not been great. If we can get a result at San Jose, this could be a real humdinger of a game. Nick,
Jesus,
thoughts on this one?
don't even. Like this game right here is kind of the season. I mean, I feel like, Columbus has played a game more than us, but I mean, we still have 2 games left on the road. We can't afford to drop any points at home. And if we, good point. And if we do drop points at home, Columbus is in good form right now. They could get that 4th spot. If they get that 4th spot, we're not advancing. So we need a very focused game. I feel like that is the word that stands out most right now is focus. And the way that this team has been playing, the way that like everything feels around the past few results and performances doesn't really scream out focus. So they do have David Villa back. They do have Alex Ring back. And, they're not in great form, but they're doing what they need to do to keep their 2nd spot, which may be under threat from Atlanta now. So they're going to really want this game too.
We'll see. I mean, Atlanta could be hemorrhaged on if Atlanta doesn't win Wednesday without Al Marone. I think the problems will start to surface there. We'll see.
Atlanta is 3 points back from City with a game in hand. They still have a brutal schedule. It's not a given that they're going to catch City, but the opportunity is there, and City will really want this game too, because they know that we're not doing well, so they could be able to take this game. This is not going to be easy at all.
No, let's be honest. City has a far better coach than we do. No, like if we could trade coaches, I would. Please, can we trade coaches? Please. That's the thing that worries me most about this game is the tactical approach, because I think what you're seeing out of Paunovic right now in this team is a bit of we haven't been here in a while. We don't know what a playoff chase feels like. Nobody on this team knows how a playoff chase feels like, except for guys who've done it on other teams. And unfortunately, Juninho's been hurt half the season, and this is a huge problem. We need him at full health for the City game if we're gonna figure this out. Just for depth purposes, just to have him there, just because he's a guy that's won shit. Like, this is important that he gets healthy. I don't know if he's going to be. But, I just feel like Pauno's going to get outworked in this game. He's going to get outcoached. And he's going to get shown up as a hothead, young head coach who really doesn't have the tool set to drive this team over the finish line where their talent deserves to be. Like, I really put a lot of blame on this final stretch on the coaching staff. They are really fucking things up. Patterns are bad last month. They've kind of fixed that, but they have a huge problem at goalkeeper. And I understand Bob has been hurt, and they don't want to play. Cleveland was clearly not an option for him. I was like, guys, this is the United States. Go get a fucking goalkeeper. Go figure it out. There's guys out there. Go move. Go just. Like, that to me was the most important thing. So Nelson hands him this kid and goes, "Here, play him. You play him. Fucking do something with him. If guys are in the 30-man roster and they're available to you, play them. Don't do this bullshit thing where you don't play guys." And because the good coaches in this league play their guys. They play guys 15 through 20, and they always give them minutes middle of the season, early season, late season. These guys get rotated in. All the good MLS coaches do this. Pauno is proving right now to be very, very average at this. It's right sometimes, Drew Connor. Hi. He gets it wrong. Why is Joey Calistri not with the first team right now when you desperately need a second striker?
And he keeps scoring. That's all
And
he's doing.
What the fuck is going on there? Like, that's the one. And he can play some winger too. So he solves that fucking Arturo's 75 years old problem. And like, he just helps. He would help. He'd fill a role. Well, what the fuck? Why isn't he with the first team? I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening with Calistri right now. So
I think they want him to be fired up when he gets here, have that fire and passion. But guess what? I don't give a shit about fire. Exactly. I don't give a shit about fire and passion. He knows what to do, or at least he has that instinct to do it. He'll do it regardless. He'll do it regardless.
He was with the first team last year. He proved himself a capable professional. He should be in there. It's just like Jordi Mihalovic, as I think he's the most productive 18-year-old player we've ever had on that very sliding scale. Okay. Does Jordi deserve his like second guy off the bench role right now? Not really. He's getting closer. I thought he was decent as a sub. I thought we looked way better on the field when he came on.
When him and Lucho came on, we looked better.
Yeah, we looked way better. But Lucho is the dude that needs to fucking start. Jesus fucking Christ, Pauno. Start fucking Lucho on Wednesday and Saturday. Like, he's got to play both games. Lucho does all the work defensively, and he's a threat going forward in a way that not. He's got to play. He's got to start. It just is what it is. Pauno's going to fuck this up. I feel pretty confident in this. I think this game is the game we're going to get a draw, but we could have won. This is the one I feel we draw City at home, and everybody's going to be like, we should have fucking won that game, because we can look right at what the coach did in his 11 and then in his 18. And it's just like, this guy just really, for all his positives as a guy that getting guys ready for games, training games, like developing players, like guys learning a system, the club has been really good at this year. His in-game tactics, they're just not good. It's really apparent that he's never coached a club team. And I'm kind of okay with that fact, but what really bothers me is his like just overly emotional approach to coaching, which that I find you can't do that. You can't be a hothead as a head coach. You have to be pragmatic, and he is almost never pragmatic with his lineup choices, or with just going, you know what, I'm going to roll out this kid keeper today. If we get punked 4 or 5-0, he gets to eat 90 minutes, and Lamp gets a rest, and then it's fine. But he's not going to do that. Anyways, anything else to say? Rudy, did we get to you on this, or did I just fucking take over like an asshole?
It's okay.
What do you think about this game?
I think we're gonna fuck this up, and I don't think we're gonna tie. I think we're gonna fucking lose. And basically, it's what you said. It's basically him not knowing what the fuck he's doing at times. We're probably gonna see our Shakian over fucking anybody else who deserves more time. Having
frozen.
Yes. As you said, Calistri should be up here, but he won't be. And even if he were, he would still be. Yeah, he probably wouldn't even be in the fucking 18, because Arshakian would probably take a spot in a heartbeat for some fucking reason. But yeah, I don't see this game going anyway for us. And David Villa might just, might eat us up alive as well. And I'm in no way confident, and I expect to be fully drunk to not remember it. So whatever.
I will be at a wedding for this game. So it's like what feels like my 80th wedding of the season.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough out there.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Not confident.
Okay.
Optimism's
predictions
going out the window. 2-0 NYCFC. David Villa and Tommy McNamara scores a garbage goal.
Oh, Tommy Mac.
He's a garbage individual in the best of ways. In the best of ways.
Beauty.
Nikki, baby.
1-1.
Your fire goal scorer.
Oh, right. Fire goal scorer, Lucho.
I am going 1-1 with Nico as your goal scorer. Okay, as we briefly mentioned earlier, Sporting KC won the United States Open Cup over the New York Red Bulls. Game very briefly. Did you guys watch this game?
I watched most of it.
Kind of. I watched the whole thing. One, Luis Robles didn't play. Was confusing to say the least.
They gave the goalkeeper that had been playing the whole Open Cup his shot. I can see why he did it, but it's the most important game of the season, and you shouldn't.
Can I just say, Luis Robles is like a top 5 MLS goalkeeper, and what's his name? Mira? Is that the fucking idiot who plays for that? He is not. He's not a top 5 MLS goalkeeper, and it showed because he had a fucking howler that led to the game winner. Was it 2-0? Was it 2-1? 2-0.
2-0, I think. Yeah.
2-0. He had a fucking howler for goal number 2. And that was his fault. Also, goal number 1, probably on him too. I would have started Robles unquestionably. I just like thank you for your service, but Robles gets to start tonight because he's fucking Luis Robles. I don't get it. It's like, if I was a Red Bull fan, I would be fucking angry. So angry with that decision-making process. I thought Jesse was outcoached and outworked by the Vermees. The Vermees was fantastic. He had himself a hell of a game. I really loved his subs. I loved everything he did. He looked great, too. He had a fantastic suit on that he almost sweated all the way through. He's a giant man. He's got some weird sort of red pin on his suit now. I don't know what it's for, but it looks real good.
Oh, it's the Neil one. I think it's one of their longtime employees passed away.
Oh, okay. It's a hell.
That's why all of them have the same patch too on their uniforms.
That is a dynamite move. Kansas City's just a well-run organization. Vermees is dope. I think Vermees has turned in from one of the most questionable coaching hires in league history to like one of the league's best coaches. So, congrats to them on the win. Jesse, you played yourself. Be better next time. And you have any thoughts on this game, Nick?
Sporting won. Red Bulls lost. Sporting now has as many Open Cups as us and Seattle. That's about it.
Yes. The push for 5. Who gets 5 first? We'll find out.
Not the fuck us. That's for sure.
Hey, yo. You never know. You never know with us. We're a very strange beast.
That's true, but fucking hell. I'm just trying to get the disappointment out now is all.
Okay, that's fine. Is that it? If we hit everything?
I don't think there's anything else.
Copa Libertadores was back last week for the second legs. We forgot to talk about the first legs. If you missed Jorge Wilstermann getting absolutely wrecked by River. My God, what a mistake.
How bad?
River played. Holy shit. 8-0 to win 8-3 on aggregate last week.
8-0. Wow.
And an absolute massacre. Shit.
Yeah. Woo. I saw the first 2 goals and then I texted Gregg, and I don't think that you had even turned.
No, the game kicked off at fucking 5:00 Central. I was just walking out of work. It was killing me.
Yeah. So then, like, after it got tied up, I was like, all right, I know where this is going. And then the Fubo kicked me off. I was like, all right, I'll just go make dinner. And then later, I checked the old Fun Mob, and I saw like 7-0. I was like, wow, that was okay. Looks like I made the right call there.
Yeah, it finished 8th. There was a guy that scored 5 goals.
Jesus.
In the game. I forget his name. He scored a hat trick in 20 minutes. He was incredible all night long. But there was a goal late in that game where you were just like, Just take the fucking red, man. Just fucking take the red.
Yeah.
The guy ran right through 2 Wilstermann defenders, and neither one of them said, fuck this. I'm just going to chop you down like a tree. Nope, they just let him run right through him. Then he beat the keeper. It was completely embarrassing. And other results, Grêmio goes through over Botafogo to your semifinals. Barcelona Sporting Club goes through over Santos. And Lanús in a very fucking dramatic game that went to penals. Lanús wins in penals 4-3 over San Lorenzo. And I believe the San Lorenzo coach was sacked the next day. Fucking executed. Boom. Let's see here. Your Copa Libertadores semifinals. No, I didn't see this yet. River versus Lanús, which is going to be insane. That is, of course, starts Tuesday, October 24th. Barcelona versus Grêmio. That is Wednesday, the 25th. And then, of course, the reverse fixtures the next week. I look forward to Lanús and River butchering the shit out of each other. It's only 2 Argentine teams can. It's going to be fantastic.
That's expected.
I fucking love this tournament. This tournament's insane. Also, Copa Sud's been excellent. I couldn't really tell you who's doing well in that, but it's if it's on, watch it because it's good shit. Now, one last thing we need to touch on. The CONCACAF League, which is the first half of your former CONCACAF Champions League tournament. Okay. So the finals are set. Olympia beat Plaza Amador on aggregate 8-2.
Oh, shit.
Olympia went 7-1 victory at home and punked the shit out of them. And then they drew the classy 1-1 draw house to go through 8-2. In a shocking, what I would call an upset, Santos de Guapiles goes through over Arabe Unido 1-0 as Santos gets the goal at home in the second leg. They will face Olympia for the right to go to the Big Boys CONCACAF Champions League in February of 18. This tournament, the games have been on sporadically on Univision Deportes. They don't have every game on. They did not have every game on. They had a couple games a night on, maybe one a night. They did show both of the semifinals. I watched part of Olympia and Plaza Amador. The stadium was empty because I guess there was a ban or something. It's crazy. I don't know what happened there, but there's nobody there. And when is this final? This final starts. Come on, you gonna give me the dates? God damn it! It's been a difficult tournament to follow. The final is the 27th of October, I think. Yes, 9 p.m. kickoff.
Two-legged.
26th of October. I would assume it is a 2-legged final. Yes, it is a 2-legged final, and it is actually starts on the 19th of October and finishes on the 26th, I believe. So there you go. We'll have a bit more on that once I can actually find this website that tells me what the fuck is going on in this tournament. And this is not CONCACAF's website. It's garbage. Fix your website, CONCACAF. Okay. I think we've hit everything we need to talk about tonight. Is there anything else?
I'm good.
Nope.
Okay. For Nick.
Good night.
For Rudy.
Goodbye.
I'm Gregg. Wish you a pleasant evening until next week.